inside a cold bathtub. The room around him was old and dirty. The water in the tub was freezing. As he moved, his foot pulled the plug by accident, and something small and shiny slipped down the drain with the water. Adam didn't notice it. Scared and confused, he sat up and looked around. "Hello? Is anyone there?" he shouted. To his shock, another man answered from the other side of the room. His name was Dr. Lawrence Gordon, a surgeon. Both of them were locked inside a filthy bathroom, chained to pipes at opposite sides of the room. Between them was a dead body, lying in a pool of blood. The man on the floor was holding a revolver and a small tape recorder. Neither Adam nor Dr. Gordon knew how they got there, but soon they each found a small envelope in their pockets. Inside were cassette tapes and strange clues. With some effort, Adam used a long stick to reach the recorder from the dead man's hand. They played their tapes. A strange, deep voice spoke. The voice called Adam a voyeur, someone who watches others in secret. It asked him, "Are you going to watch yourself die? Or are you going to do something about it?" Dr. Gordon's tape was even more terrifying. The voice said that Gordon must kill Adam before 6 o'clock, or his wife and daughter would die. If he failed, he would be locked in that bathroom forever. Now they understood. They were part of a sick and dangerous game. Soon, they found 2 hacksaws hidden in the toilet. They tried to cut the chains with them, but the saws were too weak. Adam got angry and broke his. Then, Dr. Gordon realized the horrible truth. The saws were not made for cutting the chains. They were meant to cut their own feet. It was the only way to escape. As they sat in fear and pain, the story took us back. It showed us memories, flashbacks, of other people trapped in this same game. We learned about a man the police called the Jigsaw Killer. This killer didn't murder people directly. Instead, he gave them terrible choices. If they wanted to live, they had to suffer through painful tests. If they failed, they died. Detectives Tapp, Singh, and Carey had been working on the case. They had found victims like Paul and Mark, who didn't survive Jigsaw's traps. Their skin had puzzle-shaped pieces cut out. Dr. Gordon had once been a suspect, but there was no proof. During that time, Gordon saw the only known survivor of Jigsaw's games, a drug addict named Amanda Young. She had escaped one of the traps and believed it had made her a better person. Back in the bathroom, Adam and Gordon continued to talk. They found a camera hidden behind the wall. Someone was watching them the whole time. More flashbacks showed how Gordon had been kidnapped. He had just visited his daughter and wife. At the same time, the police had found one of Jigsaw's hideouts. Inside was a man tied to a chair, with 2 drills pointing at his head. Detective Tapp fought Jigsaw. Detective Singh tried to save the man. Jigsaw told them the key was in a box, but the box had too many keys. Time was running out. Singh shot the drills, but while he did, Jigsaw escaped. He cut Tapp's throat and ran. Singh chased him, but died from a trap, shotguns on a tripwire. Tapp survived, but he was never the same. He became obsessed. He left the police force, and he started watching Dr. Gordon, believing he was the killer. In the bathroom, Gordon and Adam found a box. Inside were 2 cigarettes, a lighter, and a cell phone. The phone could only receive calls. There was also a note saying Gordon could dip a cigarette in poisoned blood and give it to Adam. They had an idea. They would pretend Adam was dead. Maybe it would trick the killer. Adam took a clean cigarette and acted like he had been poisoned, but it didn't work. A sudden electric shock hit Adam's chain. He screamed in pain. They had been caught. Then, the phone rang. It was Gordon's wife. She was crying, scared. she told him. Adam knows more than he's telling you. Gordon looked at Adam. Is this true? He asked. Adam finally confessed. Detective Tapp had paid him to follow Gordon and take pictures. He had seen Gordon meet a woman at a hotel, but nothing had happened. Among Adam's photos, they found one that shocked them. It showed a man named Zepp, an orderly at Gordon's hospital. Zepp had been watching Gordon's house. Then, the clock struck 6. At Gordon's house, his wife fought back. She grabbed Zepp's gun, but he overpowered her. Gunshots were fired. Detective Tapp, who had been watching nearby, ran in. He shot Zepp, but Zepp escaped and ran toward the bathroom. In the bathroom, Gordon panicked. He thought his wife and daughter were dead. He screamed, he cried, and then he did something terrible. He picked up the saw and cut off his own foot. In pain and desperation, he grabbed the revolver. He shot Adam. Zepp entered the room, but before he could say much, Adam surprised him. He wasn't dead. He jumped up and killed Zepp with the toilet lid. Gordon, weak and bleeding, crawled out of the room. He whispered, "I'll come back with help." Adam was alone. He searched Zepp's body and found a tape. He played it. The voice said, Zepp was just another player. He had to follow the rules, or he would die too. Then, something horrible happened. The dead body in the middle of the room, the one they thought was just a victim, stood up. Adam stared in shock. The man pulled off fake skin from his head. It was John Kramer, a patient with brain cancer. He was the real jigsaw killer. John looked at Adam and said, "The key to your chain was in the bathtub, all along." Adam remembered the small, shiny thing that washed down the drain when he first woke up. He reached for Zepp's gun, but John shocked him with electricity. Then, a fast flashback showed everything again, all the clues, all the moments they missed. Finally, John said, "Most people are so ungrateful to be alive, but not you, not anymore." He walked toward the door and then shouted, "Game over." The door slammed shut. Darkness. Adam screamed, but no one came. He was trapped, forever,